Morning. So this is a walk around shot to show you guys what we built. This whole structure is basically like a living structure. So lots of plants and flowers and weeds and all sorts of stuff are going to sprout up on this thing, and that's kind of the point, so that the goats have an area to graze. So instead of us building, say, a goat shed or something, well, they're not going to climb on top of a goat shed. I mean, if you allowed them to, they would. But this type of structure allows them to have all the space and not lose any space to graze. So they can climb on top of this thing and play and lay down and look around. So they'll be able to live in it, but they'll also be able to hang out on top of it and play. So it's kind of a win-win, and also allows us to get rid of all the stumps that we didn't really have a use for. And I had to move anyways because we had to build in that spot the pig pen area, which I'm making a video on, and that'll come up soon. So this is the front over here. I'll walk over there in a second. The grass is starting to sprout up on top with the wildflowers. But yeah, I mean, the back just kind of looks like a whole mound, and that's the point. It's got roots and rocks and all sorts of things in it, but that's cool because all that stuff allows erosion not to occur as bad until the grass sets in. So here's the goat podium. This was just random rocks that we had laying around while we were doing our digging. But this is some rough cut cherry that Kristen's dad recently cut up for us. We had a slab, actually a whole bunch of slabs. Some of them were a little bit far gone, and that I didn't want to use for like furniture grade. Had a little bit of too many holes in it for our licking, so a lot of them were kind of rotten, but these were okay for the most part. They had a little bit of rot at the bottom, but that's no big deal. But here we have metal grates in here. That's actually elevated a foot off the ground so that we can put straw and bedding down, and it'll be okay. But it's fairly buttoned up, and we'll continue to button it up more towards winter time. We're gonna have a probably like a barn door, sliding door on this, so we can close it up in case it's super cold out, and we can kind of keep the wind and coldness off them as much as possible. Here's a side view. That's the leftover polycarbonate panels. Little scrap that I had actually worked out pretty much perfect. And we're just going to keep on stuffing different stuff in here to get all any cracks that are still open closed up, and we'll plant some more plants along this, because all that stuff's basically food for them. But yeah, this whole structure was pretty much free because we used everything we had laying around, and that's the point. So we have little to no waste.